It has been the tradition of the Dakar rally that its route includes some running in the Sahara, a flirtation with the desert's edges. This year, the final third of the race is aimed straight across the heart of the Great Desert. Most of the competitors welcome the idea. Except for a handful of pros racing factory-prepared equipment, the men and women in the race have brought their cars and trucks and bikes to Africa for the adventure as well as the racing. The Dakar is a sort of outward bound on wheels. It is long, more than 3 weeks. It is dangerous, and North Africa is a bad place to get hurt.
On the way. Well, stage one was supposed to be a light workout, a chance to get accustomed, reacquainted, if you like, to cross-country rallying. Defending champion Richard Sainct cheered on at the start. And a great start indeed it was to be for the defending champion. Taking the day, showing exactly what he intends to get out of this rally this time. Jordi Agarol's, the KTM Challenge, he's part of it. The 37-year-old veteran determined to wind in Richard Sainct and nullify the challenge of BMW. Too bad on the day. Jean-Louis Schlesser and his very special buggy, the defending champion, still in the frame. Not a winner on this day, but he knows biding your time on the Dakar is all important. And so to stage two, Tambacounda in Senegal, to KS in Mali. Special today, 212 kilometers. It was to be dust. That was to be the major obstacle. Not no to Juan Roma. He was out there in front, driving like a man possessed, and even said he was taking it a little easy on this day. Roma passing Sainct crucially in the last 25 kilometers and taking the overall lead. Defending champion says he didn't intend to push too hard on the day. Why? He said risk everything to gain just 30 seconds. Why indeed? Well, as others were succeeding, others were already on their way home. Mechanical problems, accidents, there were plenty of them. Thankfully, nobody seriously hurt. Plenty of pride damage, though. Luc Alphonse having to pull his Renault Kangoo across the line to try and make the final 100 meters unassisted. And so to stage three, KS staying in Mali to Bamako, a special of 245 kilometers along the way, 711 in all to be covered. And it was a case of more of the same, certainly in terms of the dust. The terrain, however, slightly different, more laterite, causing difficulties. All the same on top. Juan Roma, outstanding. Sainct playing catch-up, not pushing it too hard once again, but staying in touch overall. 12 minutes and 15 off Roma's leading pace. This terrain, just like Morocco, for Sainct. He's enjoying himself. Fourth on the day behind Gardner. Sahara, driving well. That dust taking its toll, fraying the nerves of many, damaging the machines of others. Jimmy Lewis took a tumble. And so on to stage four, leaving Mali, bound for Bobo Dioulasso in Burkina Faso. 286 kilometers, the special. A mixed terrain ahead of all and sundry, and some beautiful scenery to boot. Into the heart of Africa. Picturesque, most certainly. Well, the scenery about the last thing on the minds of those racing on this day. Several were enjoying themselves. Leone was at first. Later, he was down. His engine guard had been flapping. He looked down, hit a rock, gone over and dislocated his shoulder. Yet more bad news for KTM. And so, stage 5, staying in Burkina Faso, destination Ouagadougou, 762 kilometers, with a long special of 485. It's Gardner, the man they call the boss at KTM, leading by example. A difficult few days for KTM. Kinney taking this stage, but it couldn't have been much closer. Finished just 13 seconds ahead of Roma. They were trying to manage Sainct. Roma, of course, staying at the top overall. That 13-second difference with Sainct just 44 seconds further adrift of Roma. Roma keeping it wide open, following Gardner. They did get lost between them. Perhaps the gap could have been bigger. John Deacon for BMW, down and out. Broken hand, dislocated shoulder. Another casualty on his way home. Not KTM this time, but BMW. Smile still in the BMW cab, and Sainct keeps in touch. 23 minutes and 22 seconds overall. Still leading by 6 minutes ahead of Jean-Louis Schlesser overall. The Mitsubishis were having to take a back seat to the buggies on this day. Schlesser himself taking it in 3 hours 55, 8 seconds clear of Stefan Peterhansel, who was in hot pursuit. Race director Hubert Oriol saying that following the announcement of a terrorist threat to the Dakar, we have received assurances from the Niger authorities that we will be protected. However, the safety and security of all on this race is of paramount importance. So, under advice from the French Foreign Ministry, we have decided to airlift all materials and personnel to Sahara in Libya over the next 4 days. Racing will restart again. The decision was a brave one, but it was also extremely expensive. 3 Antonovs, troop transporters, massive monoliths of the sky, were called in at a cost of 30 million French francs. Well, everything had to be packed up, even the helicopters. Too dangerous for them to fly on alone. The motors dismantled, everything boxed up and shipped aboard the big planes. As well as the choppers, 143 motorcycles, 113 cars, 26 T4 class trucks, 38 T5s, 16 press cars, a total of 336 vehicles. 715 competitors will be joining them, as will 615 organisers, mechanics, and of course, journalists like myself. So the Antonovs departing Leone, destination Sahara in Libya.